Welcome to Earnings Central. In this video, we'll break down NXP Semiconductors' third quarter 2024 earnings. We'll cover key financial performance metrics and dig into insights from the earnings call. Let's get started. Starting with top-line revenue, the original estimate for Q3 was $3.25 billion. The company also reported $3.25 billion, aligning with expectations. This quarterly revenue marked a 5.2% decrease compared to the $3.43 billion reported in the same quarter last year. Moving to adjusted earnings per share, or EPS, the original estimate for Q3 was $3.43. The company reported an EPS of $3.45, exceeding expectations by 0.61%. This result reflects a 6.8% decrease compared to the $3.70 reported in the same quarter last year. Now, let's dive into some additional performance metrics highlighted during the earnings call. In Q3 2024, NXP reported a non-GAAP gross margin of 58.2%, down 30 basis points year-over-year. This was driven by a mix shift towards lower-margin products, particularly in the industrial and IoT segment. On the positive side, the company was able to maintain strong non-GAAP operating margins of 35.5%, up 50 basis points year-over-year. This was achieved through disciplined cost management and operational efficiency. NXP's balance sheet remains healthy, with a net debt to trailing 12-month adjusted EBITDA ratio of 1.3x and an impressive 12-month adjusted EBITDA interest coverage ratio of 22.9x. These metrics demonstrate the company's ability to effectively manage its capital structure and debt obligations. Inventory management is another important area of focus for NXP. Days inventory increased slightly to 149 days, up 1 day sequentially. This, combined with a cash conversion cycle of 119 days, up 8 days sequentially, indicates the company's efforts to balance inventory levels with customer demand. Despite the challenging market conditions, NXP was able to generate strong non-GAAP free cash flow of $593 million, representing 18% of revenue. This cash flow generation enables the company to continue investing in its long-term growth initiatives while also returning capital to shareholders. Now, let's shift focus to some of the key insights and takeaways from the earnings call. The most significant development was the broad weakness experienced in the industrial and IoT markets, particularly in Europe and United States. This softness was unexpected and caught the company by surprise, leading to a more conservative outlook for the fourth quarter of 2024. In the automotive segment, the story was a mixed bag. While the company's company-specific growth drivers, such as radar and S32 platforms, continued to perform well, the overall automotive demand was softening, especially in the European and North America markets. This was partially offset by strength in the Chinese automotive market. In response to the weaker demand environment, NXP has maintained a disciplined approach to managing its channel inventory, which is now at a relatively low level of 8 weeks. This positions the company well for a potential recovery, as it can quickly ramp up production to meet increased demand. Looking ahead, NXP provided a cautious outlook for the fourth quarter of 2024, guiding for a revenue decline of approximately 9% year-over-year. This reflects the broader macroeconomic uncertainty and the continued weakness in the industrial and IoT markets. Despite the near-term challenges, the company remains confident in its long-term strategy, which focuses on the fastest-growing secular end markets of automotive and industrial IoT. The upcoming Investor Day on November 7th will provide further updates on the company's long-term financial model and strategic initiatives. In closing, while NXP is facing some near-term headwinds, the company's strong financial discipline, operational efficiency, and focus on high-growth markets position it well for the future. As the semiconductor industry navigates these uncertain times, NXP's commitment to its long-term strategy and ability to adapt to changing market conditions will be key to its continued success. That wraps up our recap of NXP Semiconductors' third quarter 2024 earnings call. If you found this recap helpful and want to stay on top of more earnings reports from other companies, don't forget to subscribe. We've got plenty more quick and easy breakdowns coming your way from Earnings Central.